Hello and welcome to Talking Defense, Rafael's Defense Magazine. Every program will be dedicated to a different subject with all relevant experts, data and aspects here in the studio and from around the world. And today, Iron Dome is marking its 10th anniversary. And with me in the studio is retired Brigadier General Pini Jungmann, Executive Vice President and General Manager at Air and Missile Defense Systems Division at Rafael. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me. Quite an achievement, 10 years.
Actually, it's exciting to celebrate 10 years and more than 2,500 operational interceptions and more than a few hundreds, actually, of interceptions in live test. So it's really amazing.
Take me, Pini, 10 years and more back when it was a vision, a thought, a desire.
Actually, because of the performance requirements and because of the very specific accuracies that you need to intercept a rocket in the air, many, as you said, were skeptical. Actually, you need to think of the ability to launch against, in few seconds, to launch against a rocket, short-range rockets.
And take me, Pini, to the first interception.
The first interception was in April 7th, 2011. Actually, Yossi Drucker was my boss, and we were in the US, on the way, driving to one of our industries in the US production industry in Orlando. And we got a phone call, and you know, it was exciting, so happy, you know, a happiness as if you got a message that you have a newborn boy.
And ever since, as you've mentioned, more than 2,500 successful interception, operational ones. And what lies in the future? Because the current Iron Dome is not similar to the original one, and now you deal with cruise missiles and UAVs, etc., etc. So it's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, actually, since the first interception, operational interception in 2011, we continuously upgrade the system. Investing a lot with the Ministry of Defense, with the MOD, and with the IMDO, actually in the last almost 7-8 years, investing in upgrading the system. The system is not the same as it was 10 years ago. If the requirement were to intercept short-range rockets, especially from Gaza Strip, today actually the Iron Dome system, only with algorithm and software, without changing the hardware of the system, we succeed to upgrade, and actually I'm saying usually we squeezed the physics like we can squeeze a lemon. We squeezed the physics, and with software and algorithm, we upgraded the system in a way that in the last few months that we conducted tests, we achieved the performance and the capabilities to intercept huge salvos, many different threats like UAVs, like cruise missiles, like ABTs, and actually everything in parallel. So the system is totally different with the performance and the capabilities that it was in 10 years ago.
And you get here after a very successful test that you've committed a couple of weeks ago. Testing what?
We had few tests. Maybe I will start with the greatest test that I can mention, that the first time in the world, I think, we conducted a test, full interoperability between systems. We actually launched against tactical ballistic missiles, long range. We launched David Sling, okay, first, and then we launched Iron Dome in parallel against the same threat, when the coordination between the systems worked perfectly, And this is actually, we say it was the first time full interoperability. The Arrow played also in this game as a detector, as a tracker with the radar. And actually, we operated the first time 3 layers operationally. So in parallel, we had the David Sling interceptor, the stunner in the air, flying to the target, flying to intercept the threat, the TBM. And in parallel, we launched also the Iron Dome interceptors against the same threat. It means in the air, in parallel, we had few Tamir Iron Dome interceptors, David Sling interceptors, and actually the threat, the TBM, as a target that flew to hit a ground area, a ground defended area.
Not many years ago, all of that sounded like science fiction. When foreigners come to Israel, it's no secret that the US Army bought 2 batteries of Iron Dome. When foreigners from other countries come over and look at Iron Dome and see that, what do they say, and how big is the desire around the world to get to this club of owning Iron Dome?
Actually, I can mention that it's not a secret that the US Army with the Israeli army, with the Israeli Air Defense Forces, are deploying and exercising together a few times a year, and a very big exercise like Juniper Cobra or a Juniper Falcon once a year, once in 2 years. So they are deploying here their system. We are doing actually interoperability between, actually by simulation, with all the systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, Patriot, THAAD, and other systems like the SM-3 in the Aegis. But the performance of the Iron Dome, as I mentioned, with more than 90% of success, actually it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's also amazed the foreign, or in this case, the American Army, the US Army, and actually they bought the first 2 batteries for, they call it interim solution. Interim solution, it means, okay, we will test the batteries, we will understand the performance, and now we are dealing with actually competition that the Army is running between few systems that they are checking to decide what will be the enduring solution. It means what the Army will actually use in the future. We believe that the Army will not buy or use full batteries, but probably the Army will take the heart of the system, it means the interceptors, and integrate the interceptors and the launchers to American systems like the C2, the IBCS, the American IBCS, and American radar, the Army radar. So we are now in competition, actually under inspection of the Army, and we hope that they will decide that the future system for the Army to defend the forces that are deploying around the world will be the Iron Dome system.
Pini Jungmann, pleasure as always. Congratulations, 10 years to Iron Dome. That's all from us for today. We'll be back shortly with another edition of Talking Defense. Until then, stay safe and stay tuned. Bye-bye.